Groundhog Day and online course creation. What's the connection there? Anyway, so hi, I'm Susan Weeks and I make online course creation faster and easier for you. And today is Groundhog Day. It's the 2nd of February. And so the thought that popped into my head was, how does this relate to online course creation? So there's an event, it happens in North America, where people hang around waiting for a groundhog, a little rodent thing, to pop out and tell them how long away it is before spring is, how long's winter going to last. But I'm actually talking about the film that was created around that event. And my goodness, I've just checked, 1993, bloody hell, that's 29 years ago, so I feel really old now talking about a really old film. Anyway, so this guy gets stuck and lives the same day over and over again, and he relives Groundhog Day every day. So it's like, hello, waving to a few people here. So this guy gets stuck in the same damn day. Right, now business can feel a bit like that. And it's not like we're living the same damn day over and over again, but I think it can feel like we're facing the same problems over and over and over. And thinking about online course creation, and the same two main problems that people tell me who are, I'd quite fancy doing an online course, two kind of major problems where I feel like, and they probably feel like they are, stuck in Groundhog Day because they're going round and round and round. So there's two aspects to this particular problem. Right, the first one is that you are stuck in a circle because you can't actually make any more money. You've hit a ceiling, right? So and particularly for people who are kind of doing one-to-one services, or those of you, I've got lots of friends who create art and make things to sell. So maybe you're fully booked. Yay for you, but that brings its own problems, doesn't it? So you're kind of fully booked, you have got no more hours left in the day, you can't clone yourself, sadly. I'm sure there's plenty of films about that as well. You just can't make any more stuff, you can't service anybody else with your services. Certainly from the last couple of years, you are still feeling the uncertainty around running in-person events. Even now, like 2 years after all this pandemic started, things are still getting cancelled, people are still ill, can't turn up, it's very uncertain. And even though lots of people have then said, oh okay, then we'll use Zoom and we'll run our classes online. Well, crikey, if anything feels like Groundhog Day, and saying the same thing over and over again, it's running the same class on Zoom. Really all you've done there is change location, haven't you, from the local hall or place where you would have run in-person events. You've moved the location to Zoom, but you are still running that same class or classes over and over and over and over again, right? So yeah, Groundhog Day is back in there again. So you are stuck, so it's a classic time for money model in different ways. So that's got to be a Groundhog Day moment. And so the answer to all of those issues really can be putting some time and effort aside to create an online course. So then you can put the effort into teaching people once, recording it all once, and then market it, create it once, market it many times, sell it many times, and that gives you true leverage in your business. So that's the kind of first way in which you can kind of dig out of Groundhog Day with you can't make any more money because you've hit a ceiling. Aspect 2, and I do have some notes, in fact I've got them very technically blue tacked to a box just behind my phone, so it's just a bit down, so if I'm looking down, that's because I'm looking at my notes to keep me on track. High tech here, not. Right, and then option 2 is you've already decided, yes, I want to create an online course, but you've been saying that for quite a long time, over and over and round and round. and the weeks and the months and possibly years, because I know some people who were talking to me about creating an online course 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 1 year ago, last year. If only, if only, if only, right? Stuck in Groundhog Day for the wannabe course creator. So you've been saying that for quite a few months, years, weeks, and basically to dig your way out of Groundhog Day for that aspect, you really do need to get started. Okay, so to get started, there's a few more problems. The three that people say to me over and over is you don't know where to start, you don't know what to do. Okay, yeah, there's a lot to learn. But Sue, I've got no time. To do any of this. Okay, we'll come on to that. And the other side is you're already just feeling a bit ground down in that you're sick of wasting time and money and spending a whole load of effort on this, and you're going around in a circle and you just not making any progress. So what can I do about that? Let me just unpin my high-tech notes. Right, so Sue, do you have a magic wand? No, sadly I don't have a magic wand, but what I do have is a couple of steps here that maybe you will find helpful. First thing, and it's not a magic wand, but it's the secret key to getting your online course created and done, and it's not that secret really, is, and it sounds really obvious, you really do have to carve out that time in your schedule to work on this, because there are a number of things that you need to find that time to do. Nobody has great chunks of time just sitting there empty, waiting to be filled. No, we've already filled it with stuff, especially when we run our own business. We've always got a million things to do and not a million hours in which to do it. So everybody has the same problem about no time. We all have the same amount of time, don't we? And it's a very precious thing. So you need to look at, let's just first of all go through what aspects of creating an online course there are and what time you need for all of them. So let's look at it first of all. In most cases, you need to learn what to do. So you may be an expert in your topic, that's why you want to do a course, but you don't know what to do, so you're going to have to learn. So there's actual learning time of learning the different, maybe the techie bits, or how to break down and design a course, or whatever it is, there's learning to be done. So you need learning time before you do anything else. You'll need research time. Research in terms of your topic and your audience, and thinking about titles and the concept and all of the things that will make your course unique. You need time for that, so I've called that research time. Practice time. If editing and filming is a new skill for you, then you will need to do some practicing, particularly those of you, again, I have lots of friends who want to be able to demonstrate and teach people a practical skill, in which case you need to really home in on demonstrating what your hands are doing, right? So a whole load of skills there. So we've got learning time, research time, practice time, then we come down to the actual creating the course. So recording the videos, editing them, producing them, creating your worksheets and your checklists and your notes and your slides, whatever it is. There's a lot of creation needs to go on in there. Okay, then we've got launch. So we need to learn how to launch that course, different steps, to help you to reach out to your audience, and different ways of sharing things through email and through social media and whatever it is, how you want to launch. And then of course there's the ongoing marketing. So once we've created that course and we've got a few buyers, then we need to keep on getting buyers. So we've got ongoing marketing is part, it's like it is now, it's part of your business. So there's no point in creating a course and then just leaving it to gather dust. It needs to be marketed. So how many things is that so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6, right? And then on top of running through all of that, you must keep growing your audience, because ultimately online course success is a numbers game. It boils down to the number of people in your audience, and to keep growing that audience, to keep growing the audience for potential buyers for your course sales. All right, so you need time to carve out for all of those things. And to say, we don't all sit there with tons of time waiting. So you need to first of all look at your schedule and look and think, well, what am I doing at the moment that's maybe a waste of time or isn't earning me very much money, and really I'd be better off dumping it and putting my effort into this to earn more money in the future. So what is it that you can stop doing? What is it that you can dump and just say, oh, I aren't doing that anymore, stuff it. So that you can start to put time and effort into this, which is going to be a strategic asset for your business, right? So without doing that key step, nothing else is going to happen, and you will keep on being stuck in that wheel of, oh, but I've got no time, oh, I've got no time to learn these things, oh, I want to create a course. Round and round you go. Right, and then the second thing is that, oh, you don't know what to do, you don't know what order to do things in, and how the hell, Sue, can I create a plan when I don't know all of these things and I don't know how long things are going to take? Right, so this was a kind of an aha light bulb moment I had a couple of weeks ago when I was talking about planning with somebody, and I kind of realised that a lot of people really don't know where to start making a plan, and they don't know what they don't know, so how the hell can you make a plan? I just want to share a quick story with you of how I've tackled that and how I've come to understand that the way in which I can do things isn't what most people would normally know about. Let's wind back. As I created my first course in 1996, I started working as a coder in a car factory, mainframe programming, back in 1988, a long time ago, working on really complicated projects. IT projects are notoriously difficult to try and plan. Even now, there still are, there's lots of horror stories about how the timing was completely wrong. But anyway, so we had two things to learn. We not only had to learn about how the system was going to work and what we needed to do, but we also had to learn the kind of art and magic of planning. And so we had a methodology. So we would know, okay, we've got, these are the phases that we need to do, and these are the sorts of times that we're going to allocate to start off with. Kind of a finger in the air job of like, well, we'll have, so many weeks for this and a few months for that, and well, that could be 6 months, and then we refined it as we went along. But we had a general idea of how long we were going to be working on this particular thing. Okay, that was part of my life for many, many years, so I've just got used to doing that. People have come from a different background. That's not something I've really done before. So how can I bring that experience from my corporate world into helping people get an online course up and running? So this is where I then came up with an offering I'm going to be running called Pump Up Your Plan. Yes, I was going on a bike ride and I thought, do you know what? I need to pump up my tyres. Pump up our tyres. With flat tyres, we can't go anywhere. With a flat or non-existent plan, your course creation project is going nowhere. All right, so pump up your plan. And so what I'm going to do is run it as a practical, kind of 2, probably 3 hour workshop. Okay, so we're kind of done, and you're working on it during the during the workshop. So I'm going to give you my course creation project plan, right? And then it'll be in like a checklist, a Trello board, a spreadsheet, different formats, whatever you like to use. So I'm going to give you my course creation project plan, and I'm going to give you time estimates for that as well. So then you can kind of plug that into the time and space that you have in your schedule to actually start working through this step by step. You've got all the plans, all the points. So you always know what you're supposed to be doing next. You always have a general idea how much time you kind of need to allocate it, and it also maybe help you understand that, oh crikey, if I only put like an hour a week aside, oh God, this is going to take me to the end of the year. I really would like that money from selling my course in earlier than that. Right, do you know what? It might kind of encourage you to dump a few more things and put some more time into this activity. So that's what I'm working on at the moment, is helping you pump up your plan. And the other thing that I just forgot to say is when people talk about course planning and you research course planning online, what you finish up with is a ton of articles and things about that one part of the project where you are trying to design your course. What elements are going to go in it? How are you going to teach the thing that you want to teach? People call that course planning. It really is course design. Course planning is the whole project from start to finish. So carving out the time, as I say, when are you going to do some learning, some researching, and then the different steps of when you think, right, I'm ready to start creating my course. What are the different steps? You're going to plan out that part of it, the design, the actual creation side, learning about all the tools and equipment, launch, and so on. So that's what Pump Up Your Plan is designed to do. And together, let's get you out of Groundhog Day for online or wannabe online course creators. Okay, so if you found this helpful, then and you've got any questions for me, just drop me a message. I'm always happy to help. Yeah, and let's get you out of Groundhog Day. I'll see you later.